Hi, Grandma. I have a question for you. I want you to tell me about the first time I wanted to learn how to make a quilt. So, tell me about that.
You showed up one morning and said, "We're going to make a quilt today." And I thought, quilts take all winter to do. What are we going to do?
So, we didn't get it done in one day, but
Well, I had a roll of material that was about 2 inches wide that I bought at that place over on Preston Street
right.
that sold scraps. So that was about the right size to start with. So I got a little pattern and we made a 9 patch, I guess it was.
And then you and I both got to quilt on it.
We both, but we finished that quilt eventually. And you actually have a pillow to match it, don't you?
I do. And now that quilt belongs to Luke. All right. Question number 2, Grandma. I want you to tell me your first memory of quilting. I think I know the answer, but I'm trying to remember.
I learned to quilt when I was about 8 or 9 years old.
That's what I thought. It was
Mama used to, she would fix a quilt, a piece of quilts, and then they would have what they call more or less a quilting bee. She would have 5 or 6 of the neighbors come in. They'd come about 9 o'clock in the morning, and they would fix it so there'd be 3 on each side. And as they finished a section, they could roll it up and then go on to the next one. And Mama would cook dinner for them. And so I learned that you had to go all the way through and get the lining. Well, I had this friend that wanted to learn to quilt. She was kind of like you.
Yeah, okay, I hear that.
Learn it all in one day. So she came to spend the day with me. So she sat down and we showed her how. Oh, she was just having the time of her life. I couldn't get her to go outside to play or do anything. When she left, she hadn't gone all the way through. And
you had to redo it all, didn't you?
We had to take all of it out so that we would quilt through the lining. But I don't know. We just learned to do things like that. And then I helped Mama make the doll quilt I finally gave to you. I must have been about 15 when we did it. That was the hardest quilt I ever had to give up.
It's a beautiful quilt. What is the favorite quilt you've ever made? Or the favorite pattern? Or fabric? I stumped you.
I don't know. I just always liked pretty cotton material.
You've made so many, like you made me with the pinks with the flowers, and then you've made
all.
You've done a couple cross stitch quilts.
But I've made 4 or 5 cross stitch. But I bought the kit for those.
Right.
I got the one I gave to Rhonda. I ordered from Sears. Has a little Dutch barn, little Dutch girl on it. One time I bought Mama one for Christmas, which was sort of strange, a kit.
Yeah, for someone who
to work on. But she wanted something different for the winter. And I went to Stewart's and got a kit, and it had the thread with it all red. So she pieced it, or did the cross stitching, and quilted it. And after she died, that's the one I got.
That's special.
Near times, people made quilts to stay warm in the winter, and they used whatever they had. But it takes a long time to piece a quilt, and you don't want something that's going to wear out the first time it's washed. So you find the best you can.
And use that for your quilt.
And some people even make quilts out of blue jeans. I've always wanted.
I've seen that. It's really cool.
I have a whole box of old jeans upstairs.
Do you really?
That have been given to me. And I have always wanted to make this quilt. You cut around the back pocket with a square about, I'd say 6 or 8 inches square, and cut out the pocket. Then when you sew it together, you can put part of a red bandana or something in the pocket. And I saw one at Huber's Orchard one time that was just fascinating. And for 40 years, I have wanted
Well,
to make
winter's coming. You can get started.